Hello and welcome to the Elevate podcast. I'm your host, Patricia Nowakowski. I am a salon owner, educator, mindset, and leadership coach that helps salon owners go from overwhelmed and burnt out to motivated and empowered. It is my mission to help you systemize your business, generate more profit, and create a career that you are absolutely in love with. Join us every week to learn about the small shifts you can make to elevate your business regarding mindset, marketing, social media, business systems, and so much more. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Elevate podcast. Today's episode is going to ruffle some feathers, and to be honest, I'm okay with that because I see some things via social media that right now can be really damaging to people inside of our industry. I want to talk about something that triggered me that came across my feed on social media. So if you are a salon owner who has stylists in a leadership role, or if you are a stylist with ambition, this episode is for you. Are you ready to take your salon to the next level without all the guesswork? I'm excited to introduce the launch of the Salon Owner Blueprint, the ultimate program designed to help you build, grow, and sustain a thriving salon. Whether you're just starting out or looking to fine-tune your existing business, this comprehensive blueprint covers everything you need for success, from creating a solid business structure to mastering your marketing and streamlining your hiring process, to building client loyalty, improving team earning potential, and managing operations seamlessly. The Salon Owner Blueprint literally has it all. If you're ready to stop putting out fires and to start running your salon with confidence and clarity, then the Salon Owner Blueprint is for you. Enroll today by clicking the link in the show notes or heading to www.opulentbeautypro.com/blueprint. It's time to create a salon you're proud of and to start building the business of your dreams. So I was scrolling the good old TikTok and I saw a post the other day from an unnamed coaching company targeting driven hairstylists in leadership roles inside of their salon. I just want to preface that owning a salon is not easy, it's not glamorous, and it is not wildly profitable. From what this person was portraying, they were making it seem like it was very easy and that if you're in a leadership role that you should go off on your own because it's going to be just the same thing. And to be honest, it isn't. And I just needed to make a podcast on this because people need to start being more honest on what it truly looks like to run a business, especially a salon business. It is definitely not for the faint of heart. It is not something that comes easy. It takes a lot of learning. It takes a lot of strategy. It takes systems. It takes all of these things to truly be successful. So today, instead of just trying to hit your pain points and sell you a dream, I think that you deserve more than that, and you deserve to know the facts of what you're actually getting yourself into. I know social media makes salon ownership look so glamorous. When you're working behind the chair, you see all of this revenue coming in and you assume that it is going straight to the owner, but it isn't. So I want to go over some red flags that this post had, and I also want to go over some real facts and data so that you can actually make an educated, logical decision about opening a salon. Red flag number one was the fact that this post was undermining owners. Basically, it was like, if you're a leader in your salon, it's time to step out and do your own thing. You're being held back. You could be making more. Salon ownership is your next step. You cannot claim to support this industry while actively encouraging stylists to abandon the very salons that trained them, mentored them, and gave them the space to grow. And you know who gets squashed and crushed in the equation? The salon owner. They don't address the overwhelm, the sleepless nights, the very tight margins, and the constant juggling act, trying to manage our clients and our team and all of the admin work that is happening behind the scenes. Most salon owners are working 40 to 60 hours, especially during this economic time, because they don't have the revenue to pay support team or support staff to actually assist with the things that need to get done to run a successful salon. So the red flag number 2 for me is that there's no owner wealth building strategy. I'm just going to call it out. And the types of things that they're actually coaching the salon owners to do, that is not setting stylists up for success. Let's be very clear. If you are a successful hairstylist, it did not happen by accident. Clients did not magically appear in your schedule. It takes a lot of work to build a solid clientele. It takes a lot of talent to build a solid clientele. It takes a lot of marketing and strategy and showing up for yourself every single day to be a successful stylist behind the chair. Salon ownership is not just a vibe. It's not just being an artist. It isn't just having a good Instagram. It's a full-blown business operation with overhead, with liabilities, and most importantly for salon owners, with a never-ending to-do list. So here is what they are not telling you. They're not showing you the burnout. They're not showing you the credit lines. They're not showing you the silent nights wondering if you've made a mistake. They're not showing you the loneliness of doing it all by yourself. They are not showing you the anxiety you experience because you have to fire somebody, because you're worried about payroll, because you're missing days with your kids. So I want to break down some numbers on the real numbers behind salons, because this is going to show you, and this is an average across the entire United States, of what it looks like to own a salon. So if you are somebody who is interested, if you are in a leadership role in your salon and you are thinking about opening your own salon because you want to make more money, you need to look at the data. You need to look at your books. If you're bringing home $100,000 plus, if you're a six-figure stylist, you may not bring that home if you're a salon owner. The first few years that I opened my salon, I did not bring home a paycheck. Thank God I was married, because with the support of my husband, I was able to keep the salon open. It is not easy. It's not easy. So let's break down the numbers. The average salon in the US generates approximately $343,000 a year in total revenue. So if you right now are a six-figure stylist, you're bringing home six figures, okay? If you're bringing home six figures, that means you're bringing in over $200,000, okay? To be able to take home six figures. The average profit margin in a salon is 8.2%. That is the overall average across the United States. Most salons, especially in their earlier years, and this is data that I've collected, operate on a percentage of 2 to 5% profit margin. Yeah, that's right. You're busting your butt to possibly clear $10,000 to $15,000 a year after everything's paid for. If you invest in a salon build out, and this was, again, the average for a build out, that's plumbing, electrical, furniture, floors, cabinetry, you're looking at anywhere from $120,000 to $600,000, if I'm assuming that is like a very bougie salon. So that is the typical margin. If you're only profiting 2 to 5% in your first few years, or even 8%, you're looking at 5 to 6 years just to recoup your investment. That means if you took out a loan, that profit probably is going to go towards paying off your debt, and you're probably not going to break even for the first 5 years that you're open, depending on what and how smart you do your build out. Now, compare that to being a high-level stylist making 40% commission, hitting six figures without debt, without insurance, without headaches, and without paying payroll taxes and all the things. So listen to this. 18% of stylists have worked in 2 salons. 19% of stylists have worked in 3 salons. 21% of stylists have worked in 4 salons, 8% in 5 salons, and 7% have worked in 10 or more salons. That is the turnover data that I found. Why not work with salon owners to build real leadership opportunities inside of your salon, mentorship tracks, and a growth plan that will help you retain your team so that they stay engaged, they still experience growth, and that they want to stay. That is how you change and transform our industry, through collaboration, not division. So here's what it takes to actually run a successful salon: leadership. You need to have budget mastery, the ability to have hard conversations with team members, with clients, and with yourself. Systems and structure. Nothing works without them. And you need defined roles. People want growth. Then let them earn it by competing for high impact positions. I have them in my salon and they work. When you have a clear role, if you have somebody who has taken on a leadership role in your salon, you need to have a clear role for them. They need to be compensated for their work. They need to be compensated for their role. And that is, again, going to create the sense of growth in your business. So I just want to preface that owning a salon is not glamorous. It's high risk. It's low ROI most of the time, and especially in the beginning. And it's carrying a ton of weight of everyone's dreams on your shoulders. It's financially stressful. I can't even tell you the amount of sleepless nights I have and the constant anxiety I have because of the pressure, the financial pressure that comes along with running a business. Unless you've got a shit ton of savings or you have a partner that you can depend on, it is going to be a wild roller coaster for you. It is not something that is easy, and it can change at the drop of a hat. You can have 2 or 3 people leave and it dramatically change the trajectory of your life. It is insane what can happen if you don't have your business set up properly. And yet it's still worth it, because as a salon owner, we get to shape careers. We get to serve clients at the highest level, and we truly get to change lives. I did a cutting class for my team today, and the passion I have to help new stylists grow and the passion I have for educating is truly why I do what I do. I'm not doing salon ownership for $1 million paycheck. Do not get me wrong. I do take money home. I have my business set up and I am dialed in on my numbers, but there have been plenty of times where I have gone without a paycheck or with a very small paycheck. And that can be months at a time. If I have team members that are my high producers who leave, that can be here and there. Every year has been different for me, right? Just because you're bringing in a ton of revenue does not mean that you're bringing home a large paycheck. And you need to understand that for salon owners. If you are a stylist and you see all of this revenue coming in, you need to keep in mind that if you want to open a salon, it is a lot of managing money. It is not necessarily a lot of take-home profit. And if you do not know how to manage money, which to be honest, a lot of people do not, they do not have the education on how to truly manage finances, then you are starting a whole nother issue for yourself. If you can't save for taxes, that's a whole nother thing. If you do not know how to do bookkeeping properly, you will get audited by the IRS. Do not tell me that getting audited by the IRS is not stressful, and again, can be life-changing for someone who doesn't know what they're doing. We need real business advice to build sustainable salons so that there is a future for the future professionals coming into this industry, so that people don't want to jump ship when they are in a commission salon, because there's balance and structure and math. This industry needs collaboration, not division. Again, we need defined roles. We need a leadership track that rewards performance and contribution. We need transparent communication training, how to talk to your owner, not resent them. We need profit sharing models that reward everyone, not just those with the loudest boundaries and the ones who make the most money. And above all, coaching that sees both sides, the stylist and the owner, and not just from the stylist perspective. So if you are thinking about creating roles in your business so you have a solid growth plan, you can check out my Salon Owner Blueprint. It literally contains every single role I have in my business that has helped me build a solid growth plan for my team. Here are my final thoughts and what salon ownership looks like, just as a last reminder. And I know this is going to sound repetitive. Salon ownership is hard. It's long hours. It's sleepless nights. It's learning to lead people. It's managing drama, juggling numbers. It's juggling money. It's making tough calls every single fucking day, and some that you don't feel good about for a long period of time. It is a lot of hard looking at yourself. If you are someone who can't self-reflect, it is going to be very hard for you to own a salon. It's a lot of regret, and it's risking everything you have, sometimes for years, before you even start seeing a return. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer about salon ownership. I just want to be real. It can be beautiful. You can build something that changes lives. You can shape careers, and you can give people a beautiful salon home. But that's only if you understand the responsibility of it and stop glamorizing the risk. So any coach who's listening, if you're really here to help the industry, then stop dividing us and give real business advice. Start equipping salon owners to lead better. Start equipping stylists to be able to have hard conversations so they get what they want, so they can stay in salons for long periods of time, because that is what is going to truly help salon owners. You need to start training stylists to rise inside of the team, stop selling shortcuts, and start building legacies, and stop bankrupting salons. If you're an owner, stop trying to people please and start building real systems. Create a vision that your team wants to be a part of and compete for, because you can't create freedom on a broken foundation, and no one builds wealth by ignoring the math. If this resonated with you, please do me a favor. Share this episode with a fellow salon owner or stylist who is feeling pulled in the wrong direction. Let's start a new conversation, one based on facts, truth, numbers, and actual support. And if you're ready to build a real future with roles, revenue, and retention, I'm here. Please check out the Salon Owner's Blueprint. I have everything in there that I do in my own salon. It is a library full of ways to market your business. There's social media. There is a way to create a growth plan, an operations manual, all of the things that you need to have a system for a successful business. If you loved today's episode, be sure to share and leave us a review. And thank you so much for listening to today's episode.
Thanks for tuning in to the Elevate podcast. If you loved this episode, it would mean the world to me if you would leave a review on Apple Podcast or wherever you listen. The Elevate podcast is hosted by me, Patricia Nowakowski, and is produced by Opulent Beauty Pro. To receive my free business guides, visit opulentbeautypro.com/free or click the link in the show notes. You can find me on Instagram at Opulent Beauty Pro or at Patricia_Nowakowski_OBS. If you love this show, please consider subscribing, and we will see you next week.